Taylor Swift called out for silence. After Trump uses her music, Sabrina Carpenter responds instead.
So Sabrina Carpenter has spoken out against the White House X account using her song to promote an ICE video. But remember when Taylor Swift's song was used for the White House social platform and she didn't speak out at all?
Welcome to PopPlug.
Let's get plugged in.
Because today's story isn't just another celebrity headline, it's a cultural earthquake. Imagine this. The Trump White House drops a video of ICE arrests, and in the background, Sabrina Carpenter's hit song, Juno. Within minutes, Sabrina jumps online and blasts the administration with one of the most direct call-outs we've seen all year, and the internet loves her for it. But then things get even messier, because just weeks before that, the White House did the same thing with Taylor Swift's music using The Fate of Ophelia over Trump's mugshot and political slogans. And unlike Sabrina, Taylor said nothing. No statement, no condemnation, not even a subtle shade. This entire controversy has pulled in Swifties, political commentators, rival fan bases, and even multiple artists who've been through this with the Trump administration before. But Taylor's silence, especially now, is ringing louder than any statement she has ever made. And the question everyone is now asking is simple. Is this silence hypocrisy, or is it strategy? The drama really began with something the Trump White House has been doing for months, deliberately using music from artists who are known critics of Trump. According to insiders, the tactic is simple use a pop song from a liberal artist in an official White House video, pair it with something controversial like ICE raids, and let the artist explode publicly. The goal? Trigger backlash, trigger chaos, trigger culture war. Because now, outrage isn't a side effect, it's the strategy.
What this administration is doing should stand on its own with words, with verbalization of what you're doing and why. And the fact that they're constantly turning it into jokes and memes is just, it's too much.
And Taylor Swift was supposed to be the perfect target. The White House's official TikTok page posted a video using her song, The Fate of Ophelia, set over heavily edited images of Donald Trump's mugshot and campaign themes, all under the caption, Our Vibes. A second video used her song Father Figure. It was a direct shot at an artist who has openly opposed Trump, endorsed Kamala Harris, and famously fought for years to protect her intellectual property. Yet Taylor Swift, owner of her masters, crusader for artist rights, woman who took on Spotify and won, did not say a single word. No statement, no clarification, no cease and desist. Nothing from her team, nothing from her lawyers. Nothing from her label. Complete silence. And then the White House went after someone else. On December 2nd, the Trump administration posted a video of ICE agents making arrests. But this time, the background music was Sabrina Carpenter's hit, Juno, specifically the part of the song where she sings, Have you ever tried this one? Followed by the cheeky, bye-bye. The video wasn't subtle, it wasn't clever, it was provocative. It was meant to weaponize Sabrina's music against her ideals.
This one? Have you ever tried this one?
But unlike Taylor, Sabrina Carpenter did not remain silent for even an hour. Sabrina went straight to X and posted a response that instantly went viral. She wrote, This video is evil and disgusting. Do not ever involve me or my music to benefit your inhumane agenda. And with those words, Sabrina became the new benchmark for how a pop star responds when a political administration tries to co-opt their work for messaging that contradicts their values. And that's when everything flipped. Instead of the focus being on Sabrina versus the White House, the entire internet turned around and asked, why hasn't Taylor said anything? Because the contrast was sudden, harsh, and honestly, impossible to ignore. Sabrina wasn't the first to respond this way. Beyoncé has issued formal objections. Olivia Rodrigo has spoken out. Adele, Brendan Urie, the Foo Fighters, all of them have publicly condemned the Trump administration for using their music without permission. Brendan Urie even said bluntly, F you, you're not invited. Stop playing my song. There is literally an entire Wikipedia page dedicated to all the musicians who have told Trump to stop using their songs. But Taylor Swift's name isn't on that page. And now people are asking why. Online, criticism hit fast. One user tweeted at Taylor directly, See, Taylor, it's not hard to tell the shitty-ass admin to not use your music unless you're okay with it. Another referenced her lyrics, writing, They really got edge she never did, eh? Others were even more direct. Not to be that person, but it's kind of telling how she isn't saying shit, lol. Even some longtime Swifties joined the call out, saying her silence feels like a betrayal of the political values she publicly embraced. They pointed out that she once pulled her entire catalog off Spotify because she felt artists weren't being respected. She has sued fans for unauthorized merch. She has fiercely protected her work at every turn. So why not now? Why not when the Trump administration is using her music to push political messaging she opposes? But then the counter-argument appeared. Her defenders claiming she's playing chess, not checkers. They say she's refusing to respond because that's the whole point. The administration wants a reaction. They want attention. They want to provoke her, and she won't give them the satisfaction. To Swift defenders, speaking out would be feeding the troll, adding fuel to a fire that was designed specifically to drag her into it. Some argued that Sabrina's tweet only amplified the video further. But critics pushed back with equal force, pointing out that the White House is not some small creator trying to farm drama. It's the literal government. It already has attention, and remaining silent allows her music to continue being used to support a message she rejected publicly in 2020. As many critics wrote, other artists speaking out when the Trump administration uses their music makes Taylor Swift's silence extra loud.
The White House is facing backlash from Taylor Swift fans after it used her song, The Fate of Ophelia, in a pro-Trump TikTok video.
Meanwhile, Sabrina wasn't done triggering the administration. After Sabrina's tweet went viral, the Trump White House actually responded, but not with professionalism, not with legal clarification, not even with a cease and desist threat. Instead, they mocked her using her own lyrics. White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson posted, "Here's a short and sweet message for Sabrina Carpenter. We won't apologize for deporting dangerous, criminal, illegal murderers, rapists, and pedophiles from our country. Anyone who would defend these sick monsters must be stupid, or is it slow?" She referenced Sabrina's album Short and Sweet and even a lyric from one of her songs. It was petty, it was intentional, and it confirmed that the whole operation is less about policy and more about cultural warfare. Then another twist came in. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt revealed in her Spotify Wrapped that Taylor Swift was one of her top 5 artists of the year. So while the administration is using Taylor's music to troll liberals, someone at the highest level of the White House is secretly a Swiftie. It added a new layer of absurdity to the whole story. The administration is publicly provoking Taylor while privately streaming her music. But the bigger question remains, why is Taylor still silent? This controversy isn't just an online drama. It hits on real issues like whether political entities can use copyrighted music without consent, and whether celebrities who position themselves as activists are obligated to speak up when their art is used to contradict their values. Sabrina Carpenter's response made her look principled, bold, and clear. Taylor Swift's silence is now being examined through the very lens she built her brand on: authenticity, responsibility, and protecting her voice. In 2024, she backed Kamala Harris, but since then, silence. Total political quiet. Some fans think she's setting boundaries. Others think she's trying to avoid becoming a political punching bag again. And some think she's protecting the international business empire she built with the Eras Tour, streaming deals, and global partnerships. But the debate raging now is whether that silence contradicts her earlier activism or whether it's simply a strategy in a culture war she has no interest in fueling.
So, Donald Trump, just gonna give you a little advice. You need to calm down. You're speaking too loud. Taylor Swift probably doesn't want to hear from you.
One thing is clear. Sabrina Carpenter's decision to speak up reignited this entire conversation. And her message shows what many think Taylor should be saying, that her music should never be used to promote a political agenda she doesn't support. The unanswered question now is simple. Will Taylor Swift eventually say something? Or is this her new approach to stay out of the fight completely, even when the administration uses her art for political messaging she has opposed in the past? And that brings the spotlight onto you. Do you think Taylor should speak out, or is her silence justified? Should she defend her music every time it's used politically, or is she right to refuse to give the White House the reaction it wants? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Follow PopPlug to stay plugged in.